All right, this is a quick tutorial on how to get your sitemap working in HighLevel. So I've already connected a domain to HighLevel. We've got funnel embed here, and I set up Google Search Console and connected the domain there. And not long after that, I started getting emails from Google saying that there's errors. And here's what you need to do to fix these errors. So if we come into Google Search Console, we can see there's a not found page, and then there's some duplicate content. So first step is let's go into HighLevel admin, and we're going to go to domains and select the domain. There we go. And because I've already have a funnel connected, HighLevel's showing it to me here. So we're going to select that, and I only want it to index the home page in this example. And just to show too what's happening on the back end, if we actually go and look to try to find the sitemap, it's not there, and that's why Google is not able to find it. So when we generate it here in, I think that should be okay. Okay, now when we come in and look, we should have the sitemap. No, it might take a second. There we go. Okay, it was a caching issue. So now we have the sitemap, and we've got the one page in here. It's got HTTPS, so all of that looks good. The other thing that I recommend doing is inside of the domain settings, come in and edit this. Make sure you've got default page selected. I like to always set an error page as well. What's going to happen there is if somebody tries to go to that domain and a page or a funnel or something that no longer exists, then we want to serve up the home page on that domain. So that just protects for later on if you've disconnected domains or if somebody mistyped a URL. And then in this robots text, we can see here if we go and try to look at robots text, there's nothing there right now. And it's just best practice to go ahead and set the robots text. And because I want this domain to be indexed, I'm going to allow, so for basically any search engine, I'm going to allow it to go ahead and index the whole thing. That just permits the Google scrapers and other things to be able to come in and access the domain. So save that. All right, now if we come back into Google Search Console, go to sitemaps, and let's refresh this. So Google still doesn't know about our sitemap. So we're gonna grab that. And Google will eventually get around to indexing it and finding that sitemap, but we want it to do it faster. So in Google Search Console, we're under sitemaps, and we're gonna manually add the sitemap. That's just gonna be your funnel/sitemap.xml, and submit that. And that just tells Google to go ahead and index a little sooner than it would just waiting it for to eventually get around to it. Couldn't fetch. This still might be a caching issue. Ah, there it goes. So it was able to grab the sitemap, and now it'll index the home. And that should solve these duplicate canonical thing. Well, it'll solve the 404 because it'll stop indexing those pages. And this duplicate canonical, that should generally resolve on its own. If it doesn't, there are various workarounds for it with links and other things that I'll have to save for another video. But as long as you've done those two steps, generate the sitemap from HighLevel XML sitemap, and then just as a recommendation, add that robots text. And this is pretty common. Like HighLevel might not show it to you if you refresh. Even if we've already added it, we can come here and manually check robots text too. It's probably still a caching issue. There it is. So robots is there. Pull this over. Robots is there. Sitemap is there. That should solve those issues. And you can keep coming back into Google Search Console and keeping an eye on it in overview just to see if it's finding any 404s or other redirect problems. Hope this helps.